Welcome to the Boom Boom Room Podcast. Here are your hosts, Jonfern Vargy.
Welcome, Pussy Lickers, to the Boom Boom Room Podcast. My name is Jonfern, and this here is Vargy. Cheers. So, week 7 is in the books, Michael. We're halfway through the fantasy football season.
We're halfway.
Can you believe it? My goodness. Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to my wife, Michelle, for letting us do this podcast. Without her, this would not be possible.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You're awesome for letting us do this.
We made it through halfway of the season. And so on this episode, same thing as every week. We're going to do... Today's episode, we're going to cover the Week 7 NFL matchups. We're going to cover the NFL injuries around the league, fantasy matchup recaps, the waiver wire, Week 8 look-aheads, and call your shot finally for this week. So, for this week, the NFL matchup recaps... We're going to talk first about the Bucks and the Panthers. This was an upset. This is a major upset.
True bracket buster. The pick 8, the pick-ups.
Honestly.
A lot of picks.
A lot of parlays.
Parlays lost.
Died,
everything lost. Like, this was a surefire game. A sure guaranteed Bucks win.
But unfortunately, the Bucks lost. They only scored 3 points versus the Panthers, who scored 21 points. And the Panthers, this is the first game without CMC. So it was a big question of how this backfield was going to play out with Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman. They combined for a total of 171 yards rushing this week.
Wow.
Chuba Hubbard, 9 rushes, 63 yards, 1 titty. Deontay Foreman, 15 rushes for 118 yards. Can you trust both of these guys moving forward?
Now I read something. It said Chuba Hubbard's the guy to watch. Deontay Foreman looks like he's going to be having injury. And Chuba Hubbard is the guy to stash away on the shelf right now.
And you know why? It's because he's involved with the passing.
Yes.
With the passing offense. Those points really matter in fantasy. And for the Bucks, Tom Brady, 290 yards, 0 touchdowns. He has 2 total passing touchdowns over the last 3 weeks. What's going on?
Now that's
with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers?
That's hard to see because he probably has the best receivers in the league. Arguably the best receivers in the league. He's become it's almost like he's becoming a cancer on that team. Honestly,
dude,
I know you said you thought he has cancer, but I think he's become a cancer on that team now. You can't do anything with him. He's kind of like how Russell Westbrook was with OKC, you know? Mm-hmm. He wasn't going to take him to the promised land, but it's kind of hard to get rid of the guy. You can't get rid of the guy. Same thing with Cam Newton at his last final years with the Panthers. You know, everybody loves him, but you just can't get rid of him.
It's a bad situation.
It's not a good situation.
It's not a good situation.
It's not a good situation.
You know, and with after the game, the coach Todd Bowles, he said, you know, these old guys, they really have to prove themselves that they can still play. So, and I quote, he said, these older guys have to prove they can still play, or else these younger guys will move in and get more work. So, I mean, is this a shot at Tom Brady, or?
I don't think it's a shot at Tom Brady necessarily. It might be a shot at Lenny Fournette.
Lenny,
like
Lenny from Mice and Men?
Like Lenny from Mice and Men. It might be a shot at Lenny. Maybe some of these tight ends. I know they have a young stud tight end, you know.
Juan just picked them up, actually.
Juan just picked them up. I saw that. You know, they got some other... I think Tom Brady's leash is pretty long still.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think they cut that yet.
All right, so next matchup here is the Chiefs. The Chiefs versus your 49ers. We haven't done the bell.
We haven't done the bell
yet. This is deserving of the bell because the Chiefs scored 44 points versus your 49ers who only scored 23 points.
Now, let me tell you something, Jonathan. The Chiefs are red hot. They're probably the hottest team outside of the Buffalo Bills right now in football. They're red hot. Patrick Mahomes, he's just firing right now. He's amazing right now. He's one of the top players in the league. 49ers, I'm not worried. We just got CMC. We're trying to find our identity right now.
Find your identity, like sexual identity, like how you identify sexually. You can try to find that.
Yeah. So we're gonna find our identity very soon, and it's gonna be scary. Once CMC gets settled in,
I think
your Rams are fucked. Your Rams are fucked.
Okay, so the Niners, they played a real team in the Chiefs. Mahomes put up 423 yards, 3 touchdowns.
They're set, yeah.
You're not worried about this guy, but Juju Smith-Schuster put up 124 yards on 7 catches and 1 touchdown. We just talked about this guy. He's going to put up points in this offense.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Jonathan. That final drive, he had like a 60-yard touchdown. I saw that. Patrick Mahomes had a 60-yard bomb to Juju Smith, and that's what got him his stats, over 100 yards, his titty.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
I think he can keep it going moving forward. So? I think he's going to carry Taco to a couple more victories. Before the game, Isaiah Pacheco was announced starting running back for this game. And but with this backfield, you got Isaiah Pacheco, CEH. I mean, you got CEH getting 6 carries for 32 yards, no touchdowns. What are you going to do with this guy, Vargy? Are you going to try to look to sell this guy before the November 11th trade deadline?
No, we're going to deal with this internally right now. I'll have a talk with them, and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
We're good. We're fine.
We'll restructure some contracts.
We'll restructure his deal.
All right. Next matchup here is the Raiders. The Raiders scored 38 points versus the Texans 20. I guess we should really say the Josh Jacobs scored 38 points because he really stole the show. He was the full team. He put this team on his back. Just like Justin Weber.
No, it reminds you of like when we played on the Apaches, you and I, how Weber used to carry our team. Weber literally carried our team. That's how Josh Jacobs is doing.
3 touchdowns, 20 carries, 143 yards, 37.5 points. This guy was the team. He's the team.
It's the Josh Jacobs show. Just like, it used to be the Justin Weber show. Yeah, I did nothing for the team. Nothing. Andrew Montemayor did nothing for the team,
Hey.
Taco, nothing.
At the end of the year, we still got the patch.
We still got the patch at the end of the year.
For the Texans, it's Dameon Pierce. And
Phil Malconi, nothing. He did nothing.
We donated. His family donated. They got the football with the signatures. But Dameon Pierce, it's just him and that's it. He didn't do extravagant, but he does just enough to manage 15.7 points.
It's enough to get by. It's enough
just enough to get by as a running back, and you'll take that. You'll take that as your running back. And next, on to the injuries for the NFL. I can't find the drop right now, but
fuck them. Let's take another shot.
Oh, here it is. On to the injuries. Breece Hall. We just talked about this guy last week. Breece Hall suffered a torn ACL. He's done for the season. He's done. He was looking good.
He's just another guy now, just on the IR. Tay, you're going to drop him, throw him on the IR. He'll probably be a top first rounder next year. Guaranteed he'll be a first rounder next year.
And it's funny you say that. I just traded for Breece Hall in my keeper league. So I traded Chuba Hubbard for Breece Hall straight up.
Hey,
Dom.
No one cares. No one cares who the fuck you traded for.
Shut the fuck up.
Move on.
Moving on. Shout out Dom.
Toretto?
Dom Toretto.
Toretto?
I know you listen to this podcast. Shout out to you. Thanks for making that trade. DK Metcalf suffered a patellar tendon tear. There's no clear timeline. He left the game with a patellar tear. I mean, that sounds pretty serious, Michael.
I'm not worried about that. Guy's all man. All man. He'll come back. He'll be ready this week to go.
All right, and moving on to the Amon-Ra St. Brown injury. This one was very interesting. He got hit really hard. Early in the game, his first drive, he got hit really hard, and he left the game because he kind of got staggered a little bit. Turns out he never had a concussion, but he got pulled for precautionary reasons. And this is following the Tua. You remember where Tua got knocked out?
I remember that.
Ever since then, the NFL has been really cautious or like a conservative with concussion protocol. So Amon-Ra St. Brown was pulled out of the game, did not come back in. So this could be further, like, you know, throughout the year, throughout the season, people are going to get racked and they're going to leave the game and not come back. Turns out Amon-Ra St. Brown never had a concussion. It was just, he just got hit hard. And they took him out of the game for the rest of the game. So you ended up with 1.2 points from Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That lost me the game right there.
That cost you the game. So fantasy-wise, that could be significant. Mike Williams suffered a high ankle sprain, out 4 to 6 weeks for the Chiefs.
It's all right.
This
Herbert will find another receiver. He'll find another target.
Exactly.
Herbert will find another target.
That is more targets for the Chargers offense, right?
Yeah, it's more targets for the other guys.
Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. Those guys will get added targets this year. While he's gone for the next 4 to 6
It's not a huge loss.
I think so. Just because you don't have them, it doesn't matter. Moving on to the revolutionary week 1. First is our fantasy matchups during our league. We got Taco versus Vargy. Taco scored 140 points, beating Vargy, who only scored 129 points. Vargy, there was a lot riding on the line with this matchup here. You talk so much shit on Taco, but I think he woke up the beast, man. I think he rose to the occasion.
I mean, I gave him that just win mentality, and I told him you just gotta just win, baby.
Yeah.
And he rose up. I'm not worried about it. I had a bad week. My 2 receivers were out. They both basically got me goose eggs. I'll be fine. Taco, good win, but I don't know. I'm not impressed.
I think you owe Taco an apology.
I don't know him shit. I don't know him dick.
And you know what, Taco? I give you credit, dude, because you're still
nothing.
He still like cares about his fantasy team. He's checking his fantasy
Not
team.
like Drew. I know. That freshman coach.
He is Taco. On Sunday, we was watching the games here. He's
a Raider faithful.
He knew all his guys.
Respect to a true Raider faithful.
Yeah, and Taco, hey, props to you, brother. You're still like faithful. So next matchup here was my matchup versus Tony. So Tony scored 128. I barely squeaked over the 100-point threshold this week.
And I think that was the devil helping you too.
Barely. Yeah. So Tony, the Big Dallas D scored 34.5 points. This is a difference maker because the rest of Tony's team didn't really do that good this week.
I mean, it seems like every time someone from Dallas pulls through with Tony, whether it's the Dallas defense, whether it's Ezekiel Elliott, whether it's Miles Austin, Tony Romo, it's Jason Wynn, somebody's going to pull through for him. It doesn't even matter. It could be fucking Emmitt Smith. And someone's going to pull through for Tony right now.
Yeah, I had a Dallas Cowboy on my team, Dak Prescott, and he did not pull through for me. I mean, I guess maybe it was working both ways.
You sold your soul to the devil. And honestly, everything tends to balance out the whole universe. You sold your soul to the devil. That's part of the contract, You'll never be a true soul skater like myself.
All right, next matchup here is the Big Tay Doza versus Vincent. Tay scored 135 points. Vincent only scored 83 points this week. And Tay just smashed Vincent, man. Like, he smashed him like a grape. It just wasn't fair. He scored... Austin Eckler scored 36.7 points for him. But Tay has Austin Eckler on a bye this week.
Tay's been one of the most consistent teams this year, and he's going to win games. Vincent, you're on a big losing streak by myself, but the thing with Vincent is Lamar Jackson has a lot to do with the success this year, and Lamar Jackson hasn't been successful these last weeks, which shows his success. Vincent's team's not going to have success if Lamar Jackson doesn't have success, and that's all I got to say about that.
That's right. Very true. So this next matchup, this was our BBR matchup of the week. It was Juan versus Matt.
Juan.
74 points.
74.
The lowest
points.
score of the week. Matt scored 125 points. We bet a shot. You had Juan. I had Matt. You bet that Juan would win, and Juan struggled. Juan struggled with his bye weeks.
Cheers.
Cheers. Take it. He had so many guys on his bye week. He had 7 guys that scored single-digit points this week. I knew he was gonna struggle. And you know when you're drafting, you gotta pay attention to those bye weeks. You know, you have week 7 on your bye week. You gotta pay attention to that, don't you think?
To your what? To your what?
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 To what?
To what? Yeah,
You gotta pay attention to your bye weeks, right?
Yeah, you do.
Your bye.
Sexuals?
Your bye. I'm sorry, guys. We're really drunk on this episode.
Shut the fuck up.
This bottle's. I refilled this.
I'm not gonna lie, this is probably like drunkest episode we've had.
We apologize. Please continue to tune in, and we'll make it better. Okay. So, Matt, you're rolling, brother.
Matt, you're rolling. Matt,
rolling.
you got your mojo right now. You're firing on all cylinders. All 4. You and your Honda, Matt, are firing on all 4 cylinders right now. You got it going, my friend. You keep going. You're probably the heavy favorite right now. You're the #1 team right now in this league. That's a huge deal. You're in a good situation right now, buddy. You got a deep bench. You got a good starting lineup. You got a quarterback, a true quarterback that you don't have to babysit. You just throw out there and he's gonna get you 40 points a game.
One guy who does babysit his quarterbacks is Drew. And Drew was able to score 118 points versus Mega, who scored only 115 points.
That's unfortunate for Mega.
Drew is on a roll. Drew, who knows? I mean, if Drew catches fire, who knows? He might.
Drew's a soft freshman coach. Yeah, you heard me, Drew. You're a soft freshman coach. You don't even watch the show, so it doesn't matter. Drew got lucky. Mega, you had a bad week. I'm sorry. Honestly, Mega, what you need to do is you need to drop your 2 quarterbacks. Drop Russell Wilson and Tom Brady. They ain't dick this year. They're both cancers to your team.
Yeah.
You drop both of them, you go pick up either Daniel Jones or Taylor Heineken. Either one is gonna. I'm telling you, Mega, you're a Daniel Jones or a Taylor Heineken away from being a top team right now.
Mega,
drop both your guys, and I guarantee nobody will pick them up. Drop them.
I know we call you Mysterio. We call you Rey Mysterio, right? Like,
well, he's a mysterious guy.
He's a mysterious guy. He's got a mysterious thing going on right now. His quarterback situation. You got to figure that out, brother. Whatever it is,
I tell you my
whether
suggestion.
It's free agency, like Vargy suggested, or it could be trade. You could trade one of your other key pieces.
I doubt any of his quarterbacks are trade bait. You could drop Russell Wilson right now. Nobody's gonna fucking pick him up. No one. I'm telling you, get Daniel Jones or Taylor Heineken. You're good.
It's Taylor Heineke.
It's Heineken.
And you know what, Michael? I'm tired of you talking shit about Mega being mysterious.
You're tired? What are you gonna do?
Mysterious. You're fucking mysterious too. I lived with you for 3 years. I don't know shit about you, dude. Like, I don't know about your parents. I don't know about your sister. I know you have one sister. I think you have like a brother or like.
Well, you never asked.
Sister. You taking people out to BBR? BBW on date nights?
The one on West Shaw, though. The one
on West Shaw, because you're Mr. Mysterious. I think you're the Mr. Mysterio. You're the real Mr. Mysterio.
Well, you never ask questions. You never asked me.
This guy, Mr. Mysterious over here, living a second life. Oh, dude. It's gonna be a bad episode. Sorry, guys.
This is not a good situation. This is not. Mega, your quarterback. It's just not a good situation. You gotta change it up, my friend. You gotta change it up. Do something, Mega. I'm rooting for you. I'm Team Mysterio, baby. I'm Team Mysterio.
So, next is our Alpha of the Week.
Our Alpha of the Week.
D-Rock scored 165 points.
Why does it say 126?
That's last week.
Oh, that's this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
D-Rock scored 165 points versus Bill, who scored 132 points.
Now we wanted to have our alpha of the week. We asked him. Unfortunately, guys, he has a date night tonight. He's on a date, so he couldn't make it tonight. But Derek, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. One, you're on a date, and two, that you're alpha of the week again for back-to-back weeks. You've been getting straight titty fucked every year since you've joined the league, and now you finally have control of your team in this league. Like you're on top, buddy. Keep it up. You got big things right now.
You know what? I asked D-Rock if he has a special message for Bill.
Does he?
He said, let me see. I want to read the quote correctly. I said, do you have a special message for Bill? He said, yes. Bill, you got crushed by the 2-inch Punisher. You felt all 2 inches of the punishment this week.
All 2 inches, Bill. All 2 inches.
By Joe Burrow, he scored 54.5 points this week for D-Rock. This guy.
Oh man. I have him in another league.
And you've been like all over this guy, Joe Burrow, since the beginning.
I told you from the beginning, Derek's my guy. He's been my guy. It's no surprise to me that Derek's the number one team because I told you from the beginning. You can go back to week 1 and I'll tell you Derek's my favorite team.
Yeah.
And I stand by my word still. This is my show.
Back-to-back weeks, he's been the alpha of the week.
Matt and Derek, they're heavy favorites.
They're probably going to the championship of this year. That's going to be the championship.
Heavy favorite. That's Canelo and Triple G right there fighting. Derek's Canelo and Matt's Triple G though.
All right, next is the waiver wire. So it's kind of a dead week. Not a lot of high bids. Not a lot of high bids this week for some reason. The highest bid of the week.
I mean, it's the end of the year. You know, everybody kind of has their team settled. You know, you're not going to see much of that.
Yeah, not very big injuries, but highest bid of the week was Juan. Juan spent a whopping $2 on Rondale Moore, and I feel like once he drafted this guy, he dropped him. He picked him up, he dropped him. He's just picking him up, he's dropping him. So it's just he'll probably drop him again next week. But
I mean, I have like guys that do that too. Like drop him, add him. Hardman's one of them. I haven't added him yet. I'm always adding and dropping Hardman. He exploded this week.
Yeah, he did. 3 touchdowns, right?
3 touchdowns, and I always have him on my team, and then I drop him and I add him. It's just,
Drew picked up Allen Robinson for $1. This could be a value down the stretch. Cause I know what? As a Rams fan, he's looked good. He's the
I don't
chemistry.
think so. I think you're just falling for the name.
I watched the game.
I think you're just falling
chemistry
for the name.
Between Allen Robinson and Matt Stafford has been growing throughout the year, and with the bye week, that could help. And it could be a value. $1. Why not? It could be another value. Could be Matt added Deshaun Watson for $1. Deshaun Watson. He's coming back.
Stop. Now you tell me how is that value?
$1 for Deshaun Watson in week.
Do you know who Matt has?
Yeah, it's Josh Allen.
He will never start him. Okay, Matt. I wouldn't have wasted a roster spot on him. You just had Josh Allen to buy. You're never gonna bench Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The trade deadline's gonna be over by the time he comes back. What the fuck do you need?
That's
Deshaun
true.
Watson. I would have picked up a backup running back instead.
Yeah.
Like, that's a stupid ad. A stupid waste of roster spot. People to kill for roster spots right now. I would.
That's very true.
That makes no sense whatsoever. I do not like that ad. So whatever you're going to say about that, I do not like that ad.
Hey, I had a take, but that was a good take, bro. That was a good take.
Thank you.
Hey.
Let's take a shot to that take.
To that take, because that makes a lot of sense.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense, dude. Honestly.
Matt, why did you add him? Like, there's literally makes no
You're not gonna start him.
And you're not gonna trade him because trade deadline's gonna be over by the time he comes.
You're gonna fucking drop him. We're gonna start him in week 13. You're not gonna start him over Josh Allen.
It don't matter how bad. If Josh Allen plays the number 1 defense, you're gonna start Josh Allen. I don't care. Any given Sunday, you're starting Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You're not starting Deshaun Watson.
All right. So the week 8.
Week 8.
Look ahead.
This is a fun week, guys. We're halfway through. Let's have some fun this week.
Let's see.
We got a lot of good matchups.
So, lots of good matchups this week. Halfway through the season.
We're going to separate the boys to the men.
The boys
are going to stay at the boys level, and the man will rise.
There's a lot of guys have the same. They have the same record.
Rise.
They have the same. So like a lot of 4-3, a lot of 3-4 guys are playing each other, and it makes a big difference. Like if you play each other, you match up, and so like we got D-Rock versus Tay. D-Rock projected at 126. Tay versus 104. Tay has
Tay set his lineup yet, though?
He has Austin Eckler as his bye, so I mean...
No, that doesn't... I don't count that. He hasn't set his lineup yet. 104 seems kind of odd to me.
I mean, I don't know, because...
I mean, who's his guys on his bench? He's going to do something. He
has to make a move. We got the matchup. We got the trade deadline coming up November 11th. Maybe Tay make a trade. A blockbuster trade. You never know. So, do you think this matchup? Do you think D-Rock will keep it rolling versus Tay?
This is a very good matchup because I already say Tay, you're one of the more consistent guys in the league. Derek, you're on fire. This is one of the better matchups. I'm surprised it's not. You didn't put this as our game of the week. Because this is probably game B of the week. This is game A and game B. You know what? I'm gonna say there's 2 game of the weeks.
Yeah.
This is game of the week right here. B. No, 1B. 1B. And then there's gonna be a 1A.
Yeah.
So whatever you have as our 1A, that'll be ours, and this is 1B.
All right.
What do you got?
I got D-Rock.
Why?
I got D-Rock. He's got it flowing.
What does Tay have? Why?
He's running on Austin Eckler. He's been running on.
And he has a bye.
He has a bye. So that's what.
Sexual. He has a sexual. So that's why. Because he has a bunch of sexuals. Is there any other sexuals he has?
That's why I think D-Rock can cover the matchup. Next up is Drew versus Taco. This is the last place. The last place guys.
The guy who knew this is ugly. He's cheap. I mean, either way, they're cheap. Either one. Either way, they're both boycotters. Either one of them watched the show, so it don't matter because they're soft. This is let's call this a soft bowl.
The soft bowl?
Because they're both soft. This is my soft bowl of the week. Drew versus Taco, the soft bowl. Who do you got on the soft bowl?
Oh, fuck. I'll take Drew. It's gonna work out. Drew, hey, you'll be there tomorrow, brother.
Alright. I got Taco. Loser takes a shot.
Alright. Stop shaking my hand so fucking hard.
Football, baby. Football, Taco.
Alright.
The soft bowl.
Drew, you fucking got this, brother. You got this.
Oh, we got 1 minute. Alright, Jay, so following our soft bowl, we got our BBR game of the week, which is Vargy
versus
myself
Jay
versus Jason.
You projected to have 126 points. Boy.
Why not throw my football?
I got lucky.
Why?
Because you know what? Patrick Mahomes is on a bye this week. And you gotta babysit. You gotta babysit Jared Goff all week. You're gonna be babysitting this Sunday.
You're right, my friend. You did get very lucky. And I do gotta babysit, but I did it on purpose. Because Jared Goff's jersey once hung on the rafters here at BBR. On the rafters. And as soon as he got traded to the Detroit Lions, you burned his jersey in that very spot right there on your driveway.
That's right.
You burned it.
I didn't.
No. That's not cool. That is not cool. You do not burn grown men's jerseys. You do not. That's not cool. That's just not a good situation. So you know what?
I can't believe you've done this.
No, exactly. So I'm gonna beat you with Jared Goff. He's gonna throw for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards, and he's gonna get you 35 points for me. And I'm gonna beat you this week.
All right.
With Jared Goff, and you're gonna be sorry.
Which leads us to our next segment. the Call Your Shot of the Week. Last week, you called that Travis Etienne would have 11 fantasy points.
I did.
He ended up with 14 carries, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Give him a total of 19.9 yards. The over hit, you had the under. Let's see. Take your shot, let's see.
He ate. Cheers to he ate. And you have him. You stole him.
That's right.
Everybody knows it was all a scam. He stole him from Vincent. Everybody knows.
Headshot!
Alright, what's next week? Call your shot.
Next week, I shot CMT.
Over. He's gonna destroy the Rams. He's gonna beat the living shit out of the Rams. Next week, he's gonna score 2 touchdowns. He's gonna get 25 fucking points.
So the over-under is 18.
I'm going over.
18.6.
Niners, baby, Niners.
Vargy?
All fucking day Niners, baby.
Even though we saw 10 times, he only touched the ball 10 times last week.
Oh, he's getting the full dose right there. All the fucking pie.
You think it was a full week of
He
practice?
got a pie. There's a pie. He got a piece and a half of the pie. He's getting the full pie this week. The full fucking pie.
Okay.
He's gonna eat. He'll eat just the way I ate today. When I got back from my route in the break room, how there was all that Mediterranean food that I sent you a picture of.
Yeah, I saw it.
I ate 2 big ass platos. You see that plate I sent you? I ate 2 of them and a bunch of pita bread. I got extra pita bread.
Sounds hella bomb.
It was good. Sounds good right now.
I was fucking right now, bro.
Taco, that I know you're not watching.
Alright, anybody, it sounds fucking bomb right now. Like
A drive-through window right now sounds bomb. Any drive-through window, it could be a drive-through window to buy dog food. It sounds good. That's how fucked up we are right now.
Hey, final thoughts, Michael. Let's hear it.
Guys, we're in the middle of the week, in the season. Guys, let's go out there and have some fun. Take chances, make mistakes. Oh well. This is what it's about. Fantasy football. Let's have some fucking fun. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Again. Finish it, Augustus.
Thanks to the end.